What's up, everybody? It's J Rock right here. Today I'm gonna do a tag video. I've been tagged by Joy Amin. Thanks, brother. Always cool as a smaller channel to be mentioned by a bigger channel. That's always cool. Appreciate it. It kind of, it shows that you're not wasting your time just doing videos that somebody is watching. And that's cool to be included in the tag videos and so forth as well. And that's what I'm all about. I'm about, meeting other people in the community, building friendships and so forth, people that share the same hobbies. That's my jam, right? That's the reason I joined these groups, is to talk about the hobbies I like with other people that they can appreciate it more because they're into the same things. And bringing the community together, and I do live streams and so forth to get to meet other reviewers and so forth. So again, thanks for giving me for tagging me in this video. This, I believe, was 10 fragrances you would keep for life if you had to toss the rest. And really, 10 fragrances is all you need. Like at any one time, you don't need more than 10. So this list, I put a little bit of thought into it, and I was like thinking, like, it's not gonna be my 10 favorite fragrances. It's gonna be the 10 I would keep. There is a difference. Let me explain that to you, because maybe all your 10 favorite are all winter, and then like your 15th favorite is a fresh or something. You're gonna need some fresh. You're gonna need stuff for different occasions, right? So therefore, it can't be just your 10 favorite, because it depends on what the scent DNA of your 10 favorites would be. So if I could only keep 10, I try to keep a little bit of everything that would be useful for me. So there's gonna be a little variety, a little bit of everything. So now that we got that long explanation out the way, let's get to it. Start with my first fragrance here. These are in no order of, it's not like number 1 is my favorite, number 10 is my least favorite. It's just 10 that I would keep. Number 1 on this list would be this one, Aqua de Parma. This is from the Blue Mediterranean line. This is Bergamota di Calibria. Nice fragrance. It's very bright, very bright bergamot. It screams, and it's very refreshing. I almost get like I wanna say lime and maybe some ginger in here, but it's very fresh. And in the dry down, I think I haven't worn it in a little bit because it's been raining a lot lately. But I think it has some type of woodsy notes in the dry down. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But that's the smell I get just out of smelling this right here. I get some type of I could definitely get the bergamot, and I get some type of like I think it's ginger. Now this one, it's you're gonna get compliments with this. You could wear it any age group, in my opinion. You could be 16, you could be 35, you could be 55. This just works. It's a compliment getter. It's invigorating. I like to spray this on in the mornings, especially when we're in the here. Most of the time it's hot, but it starts around April, June. It starts getting hot, and it stays that way pretty much throughout the year till like January again. So this will work year round around here in my climate, or with the weather I deal with. It works most of the year, and I spray this after I brush my teeth and everything, get ready to start my day. You spray some of this on, and it just gets you pumped. It gets you energized to get the ball rolling, get the day started. Easy to wear. Um, no one will be. All right, number 2 on the list is from the House of Bulgari. This is Aqua Amara. This fragrance checks a lot of boxes for me, so this will definitely be on my to keep list if I can only keep 10. Long-lasting, citrusy, freshy type scents are not always the easiest to find, and when you do, it might not be one you like. So this one lasts a long time. It projects pretty strong, and it's a freshie. All things I like. It checks a lot of boxes. Like the bottle, it looks dope. Got some class to it. It's different from all your other freshy, citrusy aquatics. It got its own twist, its own flavor, its own personality, which is also another plus. Because a lot of them tend to do a lot of the same things. They usually have lemon or grapefruit, like they do a lot of the same things. This one has a mandarin note up top. That can be a turnoff for some people, because when they think lemon or orange, they think house cleaning products, and they associate that way cheap smelling. So this has that orange note. It doesn't bother me. It's fine with me. And it has as it dries down, it has a soapy neroli, white floral vibe, and it has a sea salt. So it gives you that sea salt, gives you that ocean smell. You know that ocean water that's salty. You get that smell with some orange in there. Basically, that's basically what I get. It's the ocean water with a some soapy orange. Bam, can't go wrong with it. It's a compliment getter for sure. I've gotten a few compliments with it. Just walking around and stuff at the stores, the malls and stuff like that. Bed Bath and Beyond, where everybody's smelling everything. Like, oh, what's that smell? It's none of the products here. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually happened before. And also, I when friends come over, my guy friends, girlfriends, or family members that are maybe a little older, and people my age, and then even family members that are younger, and then most of my friends are like in my age group, but family members, you have of all ages. And I have them, they see my collection, and I have them try out different fragrances and stuff when they're here. A lot of times they don't want to be on camera and stuff. I try to convince them sometimes, and sometimes they do. Most of the time they don't want to be on the camera, so but they will smell them and give you their opinions. And this one has never got any negative feedback. This one's always been liked by everybody, which is crazy because in the fragrance community, it's like 50-50. Some people like it, some people don't. But in the community, it's a lot because that orange note, they say it smells cheap. So that automatically means bad because it smells like a house cleaning product. But for your average everyday goer, they don't say, oh, lemon, it smells like lemon plage, it smells cheap. They're not bougie like that. Your average person, if it smells good, it smells good. They're not like, does it smell like an authentic mandarin, or, they're not about all that. So yeah, most people like this one out here in the real world. You know what I mean? And even if I put 10 fragrances together, this one's usually up there in the top three when I show them to people. So yeah, guys, this one is recommended. I give it the stamp of approval. The third one is Dolce Gabbana Velvet Leather, Velvet Exotic Leather. Now this one I just got it, so I haven't given it a lot of use yet. But right away when I tried it, when I first got it, I got a strong cardamom note. Pretty sweet. It kind of reminded me of La Nuit de l'Homme. So then I started using it while I exercise just to see how it acts up with the heat. Then I used it just to do my everyday to day things. And the more I wear it, it's starting to remind me of Dolce Gabbana, the one, the EDT, the original one, which I really like. I haven't given a fair shake to the EDP. I haven't given full wearings, but I smelled it a couple times in the stores. And so far from what I have smelled, I like the original one better. It's just a weaker performer. And this smells very similar to that one. Once you're actually walking around and moving around and doing things, and it gets to mixing with your body chemistry and everything, it gives me strong vibes of that. I wouldn't say it's exactly like it, but it's very similar. It'll remind you of it. So if you like that one, you might like this one. If you want a stronger performance, this isn't the cheapest thing though. But if you want a stronger version of the original EDT, which is a lot of people's problem, is like, oh, it smells good, but if only it perform. This one is not Bismo, but it's a little stronger and it will last you a little longer. So yeah, it has that sexy vibe to it. Only thing I wish in this one, it doesn't have I think it has like a stronger ginger note in the original one than on this. I don't really get that here. But yeah, this is a good one. So right now where I'm at, could be biased because I just bought it, so maybe I'm excited over it. But this one would be in my top 10 for sure. Now my next one. This one doesn't need an introduction. We all know what it is. We all heard of it. Is Tom Ford Oud Wood. Now if you could tell this one, I don't know if you could tell there, the juice level. The juice level on this and my Aqua Amara, these get mad working. This would be my signature scent if I only had a few. This is something I wear every day. This just works for me. It just does it. It works. If you want to be dressed up, it works. If you want to give off a more professional vibe, it works. If you want to dress casual, so I just wear like what I'm wearing today, and I'll throw this on, and I feel like it still works with the outfit I got. If I just got a t-shirt and jeans, I feel I could still pull it off. It's this to me is a very clean smelling scent. I feel like it smells very clean, and I would even say fresh, but it's not fresh like a citrusy or anything like that. This is clean like in think neroli. you know, it gives you that baby powder type of vibe, and it's a clean, soapy. You get that with this. It's kind of powdery in my opinion, but take the neroli scent out, just the texture of it. You get that here. It's clean smelling like that as well, but it's kind of woodsy. It's woodsy and it's I would say maybe a little sweet, but not like really overly sweet like chocolate or anything like that. But it's a little sweet, clean smelling, and powdery. This is also a compliment getter, but this will get you compliments from, you know, like your women out there that are, you know, in their 30s, someone around my age. They know how to appreciate this. They've smelled plenty of fragrances. They've been in this earth longer, so they dabbled more in different scents, and they'll appreciate this more. Someone more younger, you know, a 21-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl, I don't know. It could be hit and miss because they might associate it with old smelling, like, oh, that's like for someone in their 30s. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're in your 30s, this will do wonders for you. You're gonna be hanging out with you're gonna be around grown ass women. You know what I mean? You're gonna be around a different type of environment. Unless you're looking for those 18-year-olds, um, then this might not work. You might wanna go with like Dior Sauvage or something. All right, the next one is a Mancera. This would be number 5. It's Oud Lemon Mint. I'm digging the bottle. This one, it just has a badass bottle. I blind bought it 'cause I heard enough good feedback on YouTube and on reviews on Fragrantica and stuff like that. Plus, I like the bottle. I kind of wanted to originally pick it up for the bottle and the name. It said lemon mint. It's like, I like lemon, I like mint, I like the bottle. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to just go ahead and do this. So first I thought, let me check out a few reviews first just to see what other people think. And they got pretty good vibes. Um, so I went ahead and got it, and yeah, I like it. It has that typical Mancera DNA. Like it gets a woodsy note, which is I guess that oud, but it's very synthetic. It doesn't smell. For those of you oud lovers, it doesn't smell like real oud. It smells almost like comes off almost like hard candy, which all Manceras have that vibe to them, that synthetic vibe. It's almost, but it's smooth and nice. It's not like rough and off-putting. So it comes off almost like a hard candy smell, like hard candy. Like if there was hard candy, they had a oud flavor or something like that, oud smell to them. So yeah, it has that. That's a terrible description, I know, but that's what I picture in my head. Like it's almost like a synthetic hard. You know how a hard candy some tastes like lemon and strawberries, but it's very synthetic, man-made. That I get that type of a smell from it, but with oud, right? And you get the lemon and the mint. I feel like I get I don't know, it's weird. I get the lemon and I get the mint, but none of it smells natural smelling. If you smell Manceros, you know what I'm talking about. But they do smell nice, and I believe it has some type of leather note. But I wouldn't say this is a freshie. When you initially spray, you get some of that mint, so you think it's gonna be a nice, clean, fresh smell. But it changes into something else. It's hard to describe. It's not a dark, dense, or a thick fragrance, but it's not a light, airy, freshy scent either. But this works year round for me. It works on both occasions. Like it works in your heat. It works in your strong enough also to work in your winter time. That's what I like about it. Plus, I like the smell itself. It's just hard for me to describe it to like really get a gauge on what it is I'm picking up. But it's nice, and like I said, it works year round. I actually haven't got too many compliments with this, but I could see this being a compliment getter. I could see you getting compliments in the right occasions with this. It doesn't smell very professional. Like if you're going to an interview or you work somewhere where you have a button up and tie and stuff on daily basis, I don't necessarily know if I pick this up. I reach for something else, but it does work for everything else outside of that. Anything else outside of that, it gets the job done. So that's number 5. Number 6 is this one, Bentley Mercedes Cologne. I love this smell. I'm digging this one, and I love the bottle too. This bottle is just, it's badass right here. Love seeing it on the dresser. It looks very cool. And also you get 120 mil, so it's a big bottle. The this one, it gives off kind of like a lemon. It gives off kind of a lemon vibe. People say it smells like lemonade. I can see where they're coming from. I can get that too. Uh, Definitely get that lemon, and I don't know. It has some other citrusy notes up in here too. I don't find it to change much. I haven't worn it a lot, but this is one of the fragrances. As you can see, they're still kind of full. It's not, hasn't gotten a lot of use. But this is one of the fragrances I bought before I started collecting. I believe I had this one. I think I was already watching fragrance reviews, but I didn't collect it. I had, my 5, 6 fragrances that I use. Picked this up. I liked it. Then, as I started watching more reviews, I started wanting to buy more fragrances. Then I got into the whole collecting aspect of it, and therefore it stayed way behind on the box I keep some of these in. It was way down under all the other stuff because the newer stuff goes piled on top as you accumulate them. So I kind of fell by the wayside, not because I didn't like it, just because of circumstances. But now that in a month or two, summer's gonna kick off, it's gonna get some heavy use. I This is one of the ones I've had the longest, yet it's gotten the least wear. Go figure, right? But yeah, I haven't gotten any compliments with this either, just because I haven't worn it enough. But I can't see anybody not liking this. It's very easy to like. I think it's might have been discontinued already. So if you see this for around $40, I pick it up. I go ahead and go for it. I don't think you're taking a big risk. Chances are you're gonna like it. Up to number 7. Ah, I really like this one. This is Blue de Chanel, the EDT. Not a lot of people like the EDP and so forth. I like this one. EDP is my favorite. You can see there's a lot missing. And this is the huge bottles. This is like I don't know, like 50 mils are missing from there. Also, that's around 50 mils missing. So yeah, this is a nice one. It's versatile. It works for any occasion really. It's nice. It's well made, well blended. I get a it's fresh, and I get a grapefruit note is the main thing that stands out to me. But there's obviously a lot of other things going on. This isn't like artistic. It's not trying to tell a story or trying to do anything special. It's just doing what other fragrances do, but it's doing it better than all of them, right? So at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It can be worn by anybody, but because of the price tag, it's Chanel, so Chanel can be a little expensive. It's gonna be someone in their, I think, in like their mid 20s and up. I think, because someone younger, I think this might be a little expensive. But yeah, it's well worth it because there's something. If you only have 2 or 3 fragrances, there's something that you can wear uh, every day. Signature scent. So this is a classic signature scent. The performance on it is not bad. People knock it and so forth, but nowadays the way all fragrances are made, they all last about 6 hours. That's what you get from this one. This ain't gonna be your 8 hour powerhouse or whatever. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the 80s. Anything nowadays, 6 hours is about what to expect for the most part. If it's especially if it's like a fresh scent like this, you get some woodsy notes in the dry down, like way in the dry down. I would say about 4 hours in. I like this one over the EDP because the EDP to me smells kind of like more creamy. I think it's like a more creamy like sandalwood smell. It gets towards the mid note, and here the woodsy notes here are more lighter. They're not as thick or creamy as they are on the EDP. So I think I like this one more. It just comes out fresher to me. All right, number 8 would be Parfums de Marley Percival. Now, if you notice, I have a lot of freshies up in this piece. Because if I could only keep 10, they'd mostly be freshies because I like freshies more. And again, part of it is because the weather I deal with, it lends itself more to using freshies. We don't get a lot of cold weather, so the thicker, dense, heavy notes, they're not gonna get a lot of use from me in the climate that I deal with. So yeah, this one has a nice lavender note. You get some violet. You get a violet in here. On the opening, it's very citrusy though. You get like some mandarin and some orange and some lemon going on. Or I think it's orange and lime. Wait, hold up. You get some or I think you get some orange and lemon in the opening, and then once it give it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you start getting some violet in there, a clean lavender type of scent in there, and it almost goes from airy and thin to it gets a little thicker. I wouldn't say it's a thick dense fragrance because it's not. It's a freshie, but it gets a little thicker than the opening is. It's not as citrusy as the opening. As what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe like translucent. It's not as translucent and it's a little bit heavier. But yeah, it's a nice one and it lasts a long time too. I get a good 8 9 hours from this. It's a compliment getter for sure. Girls love this one. They like the way it smells. Girls, women of all ages. Now, the type of girls you're gonna attract with this, I don't know. Depends what you're looking for, because they're kind of like party girls. That's what you're gonna get with this. But yeah, it's a nice all around scent. Compliment beast, and it just works. It's wearable. It's not very professional smelling either though, but it just works year round. It's a little on the pricier side, but to me, I find it well worth it. I just feel good when I'm rocking this. I just feel like like I just got some swag to my step. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is number 8. Nine. I had to add this. 'Cause I want to add some versatility to what I would keep. So I thought, you know what? I gotta have me one of them 80s type scents, because sometimes you just want to feel, masculine, like something. Sometimes you just want to wear something that's like a grown man scent. You know what I mean? And I would go with this one, Creed Viking. This one is it's a nice clean smell, but it gives off. It's not like useful. It's you get some mint, you get some lavender. I believe you get some like carnations. People compare this to Old Spice. No way. Like it might have a little bit in common with it, but very little, very little. This is a lot better made and it has a lot more going on. The more I wear this, the more I like it. This is something I would wear as a signature scent. Maybe if I was a little older, I would start wearing this like just this all the time. But I still like to add varieties sometimes. But this one is something that people in the 80s, this would have been, if this came out in like 85 or 88, this would have been a big hit. It would have got mad sales. It's just very well made. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a compliment getter. I mean, I could see you getting compliments with it, but that's not what this is meant for. And this is one of those fragrances that the more you wear it, the more you pick up on little things it's doing. Like the more you understand the fragrance, the more you're like, oh, I didn't notice this last time, or oh, I'm really getting a whiff of this note I didn't get before. You start like it's like a video game that has high replay value, that every time you play you find out new little things or hidden treasures or whatever. This is what this does to me. It's a lot more complex than you think. It's like Transformers. There's more than meets the eye. You gotta wear it and give it use. You gotta give it use, and you start really appreciating it more. You start really seeing like, wow, like, it's trippy what the perfumer did with this. Like how it just has a lot of moving pieces at all times. It's never it's not linear. It never just quite stays the same. If you pay attention to it, you notice it more. So yeah, this one would be on my list for sure. My number 10. Now we're going from the opposite. This is a complete compliment I getter. It's not the most complicated thing, but it gets the job done. It works. It does what it does, and it does it well. Is Lure Home Sport Extreme. This one's nice. You get a strong orange smell, and I was thinking about between this one and the regular one, which one to put on the list. I went with this one because I feel like the normal one, I could get that same vibe from Percival. So I was like, I don't need both of them on the list. I'd go with this one over the other one. Not necessarily because I like it more, but just because I find the other one to be more similar to Percival than this one. Not saying they're clones or they're carbon copies, because they're not. I'm just saying they kind of do the same for me. And this one I feel it's different enough from Percival. It's a nice one. This one gets also a little more kind of creamy. Like if you ever smell Guerlain Ideal Cologne, it gives you that same type of texture to it that this does. But this is a lot better made and it smells a lot better. And I mean, obviously the price tag between the two is gonna tell you that. Also, this one has more things going on. I find the Guerlain Ideal Cologne to be a little linear and not the greatest performer. Yeah, it's a nice opening. It's a great opening on this one. This one will sell itself just based on the name and on that opening. When people spray it on that strip in the store, they're like, put it in the shopping cart. It's a wrap. Just based on that opening, they're gonna buy it. It doesn't change a lot, but it does change some as you let it get into the dry down. But yeah, then this one would be on the list for sure. Number 10. All right, so I think that was the end, folks. That was it. Hopefully you like my keep 10, the 10 I would keep. Hopefully you like my list. And you know what? Let me know in the comment section which 10 you would keep for life. Be interested in that. And also this would be the part where I tag some people. I don't know how many people exactly I was supposed to tag. So I'm gonna go, of course, with my boy Mark from Mossy Fragrances. Check out his channel. He got great content. And he sometimes brings some fragrances you haven't heard of before, some interesting stuff. And then also he got some comedic, like Australian type of humor to his content. So I always get a kick out of some of the stuff he says. So check him out. You've been tagged, son. Also, I will tag. You know what? My boys up at SoCal Sense. Check out the channel. They're bringing fire, guys. They're bringing heat up in here. They got some great content. They bring some nice looking young ladies up in their channel as well. They've been doing live streams too. And you could tell they're 100% legit, guys. They're not like biased towards one brand or another. Like if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. They're not trying to please companies or do any of that crazy stuff that goes on in YouTube. Uh, so I definitely be curious. There's two of them. There's two guys. So I want, if they can, to have two 10 they would keep lists just to see how their lists differ from each other or how they're similar as far as their taste and fragrance. So guys, you've been tagged and keep dishing out them great videos. Also, you know what? I'm gonna tag a third person. I've been watching a lot of women fragrance reviews lately because I want to start collecting some women fragrances just for collector purposes and also for content for the channel. And also because sometimes I think I've been collecting for about a year, so I'm already getting to that point where I'm seeing a lot of similarities in fragrances that I'm adding to the collection and so forth. You know, you're starting to see some redundant purchases. They gotta go. It's like a little guppy you catch. You gotta toss it back in the ocean because you don't need it, right? So I'm getting at that point right now in my journey. So I'm checking out women channels too to check out what fragrances they wear, so I could add some of those to my collection because they're also gonna bring a whole new bag of scent DNAs to the table that I haven't smelled in the men's offerings. So that's gonna bring out some interesting new scents to my nose. So one channel I've been watching a lot lately that I really like her content is the Scented. So you've been tagged, girl. You've been tagged. Let me see what 10 fragrances you would keep if you could only keep 10. And based on those, you know, I might blind buy one or two because that's where I'm at right now, where I'm trying to blind buy a few of the women fragrances. Because in the men's fragrances, like I said, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting redundant purchases. I'm getting fragrances that do the same thing or smell similar to other ones. So once that starts happening in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm done for the moment. Like I don't need any new men's fragrances because it's a high chance it's gonna just be something I already smelled before. So I'm gonna slow down on the men's fragrances and I'm gonna try to start a women's collection going. So yeah, I'll talk about that later in a separate video because I don't want this video to run any longer than it already is. So you three have been tagged, and anybody that watches this video, if you wanna do your 10 you would keep, go ahead and do it. You've been tagged too. Don't feel like just because nobody tagged you, you can't do the video. You know what I mean? Go ahead and drop your video, and also let me know in the comment section if you do drop one, so I could check it out myself. Alright guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you liked the video. Hit that like button. And hopefully you want to stay tuned and see more of the same. So hit that subscribe button. And check you guys out next time.